Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Nick Amatangelo.
And I'm Mary Sugden. Starting off our Rambler update, Loyola's track and field has gotten to work breaking records during their indoor season. Junior Declan Murray, junior Candace Carajan, and sophomore James McLaughlin have all set records in their events. Murray crushed a 46-year-old record in his 600-meter run at the Gladstein Invitational. Carajan and McLaughlin each set new long jump records. Carajan's long jump topped the previous record by nearly a full inch. McLaughlin's shattering of the 43-year-old record is his fourth record here at Loyola.
Cynthia Morote Ariza, the former Rambler, is set to join the Finnish women's soccer team PK35 Vanta of Helsinki. Morote Ariza is arguably the best player ever to play for the Loyola women's soccer team. She won Horizon League Player of the Year in 2007 and 2008, and was the first player from the Horizon League to be drafted into women's professional soccer, where she played for the Boston Breakers.
Men's volleyball opened their conference season with a win, knocking off Ball State in 4 sets. The Ramblers will face conference rival Lewis this Saturday in Romeoville. Junior libero Peter Jasitis was named MIVA Defensive Player of the Week.
It's been an up and down year for women's basketball. They have a 10-12 record and are 5-6 in the Horizon League. On Friday, February 4th, the Lady Ramblers broke a 3-game losing streak by beating Wright State 74-66. Ariel Beaver led the Ramblers scoring with a career-best 21 points. Women's basketball is back in action Thursday, February 10th, when they host the Cleveland State Warriors.
Loyola men's basketball continued its march to 0 conference wins with a loss at home against Youngstown State on Sunday.
Here are some highlights from that game. Loyola down 6, up with a shot, no. With this, another missed shot, the save, and he puts it in. Up, and now Loyola's down 12. Ouch. Hicks a shot, no good. Walt Gibbler with a rebound and puts it in. Loyola with the ball. Oh, Kendrick Perry with a breakaway. Oh, and that's the dagger. Final score, Loyola 63, Youngstown State 80. Walt Gibbler leads the scoring with 18.
That was pretty good, Nick. I think he gives Stacey King a run for his money.
One can only hope that he be as good as him.
Only hope.
It's just been that kind of year for Loyola's men's basketball team. The Ramblers remain winless in conference play after dropping both of their games over the weekend to Cleveland State and Youngstown State. Katie Knuckles was at the Gentile Center for both games.
The Gentile Center was busy last weekend when the Ramblers hosted the Cleveland State Vikings and Youngstown State Penguins. Last Friday night, league-leading Cleveland State proved to be too much for the Ramblers to handle. Although they lost 65-47, the Ramblers didn't go down without a fight.
We didn't lose the game tonight because we didn't come ready to fight or scrap or play tough or play hard. I thought in the first half, especially the guards. The guards had to take on most of the load with Ben and Walt not being able to go.
They play as hard for a team. They could give up. When you've lost that many in a row in the league, you can just quit. Why play? And what do I mean by that? Meaning that, you don't have to dive on the floor and go for every loose ball. That's what they do.
The Ramblers took a hard loss to Youngstown State here on Sunday with a final score of 80-63. After Friday night's loss, the Ramblers had higher expectations but were unable to finish the game.
You need a group of guys to be hungry to win right now, and I think we've shown that in spikes, but tonight we didn't. I thought Walt tried, I thought Jordan Hicks was trying, but we didn't get much out of a couple guys.
Loyola was in the game late in the first half, but a quick turn of events gave the momentum to Youngstown State. Kendrick Perry led the Penguins' charge with a game high of 28 points. The Ramblers were hurt with a bad start to the second half as Youngstown State's offense capitalized on Loyola's turnovers.
2 games in a row, just very disappointed with the first 5 minutes of the second half. We had just 2 unbelievable, shake your head and going passes. And then they scored twice off them. So
Walt Gibler led the Ramblers with 18 points, including the 1,000th point of his career. Loyola is now 5-18 overall and 0-13 in the conference. The Ramblers will host UIC this Saturday in a rematch of one of their closest games this season.
We are now joined on set by Maura Guthrie, who is here with two of Loyola's athletes. Take it away, Maura.
Thanks, guys. Today I'm joined by senior Danny Docherty and sophomore Alyvia Clark of the Rambler track and field team. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. It's great to have you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So last weekend was the Mayo Invitational at Notre Dame, and you guys had some great success. Congratulations. Danny, head coach Hassenbank says you, quote, continue to impress regarding the 5K. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing to improve this semester in the past year and what it's like to get the recognition.
Well, this past semester I've just been running like consistent mileage, and that's just really been paying off in terms of racing. And we put together a great 5K last Friday night, and yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's just fun to keep improving.
Great. And also your teammate Declan Murray set the record for the 500 meter. How did you guys celebrate that accomplishment for him?
I think we gave him the Gatorade bath or something. No, we didn't. But he's been breaking records every time he steps on the track. So it's kind of like business as usual.
That's awesome.
So
glad to hear that, and I'm sure you guys will still continue to improve more and more. And Alyvia, the women, of course, had some great success too. What was going through your head before the distance medley relay that you did so well on?
Well, Coach had a discussion with us and told us that this was our one big shot to try and get the record. All the events we're going to be running the rest of the season, us four couldn't get together to put a good race, and there was a lot of good competition there. We all knew what we had to run to do it, and once we got started on a good foot, and it just worked out, and it was really exciting.
Sounds like you set it off on the good foot. According to the coach, you got a little shout out too, so
yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also you have now set the 7th place record for Loyola all time with the mile. You came in 10th place. Mm-hmm. What was that like for you on a personal level?
On a personal level, I was really just trying to break the 5-minute barrier in the mile, and to do that, I had to go out and race hard, and that's what I did, and it also landed me a spot in the top 10, so it was nice.
Love it. That's great. It's great when hard work pays off. Mm-hmm. And now upcoming, you guys have some big events. I know we have one person in New Mexico coming up and one person in Washington, but you all will be going to Michigan to Grand Valley State. What is ahead for the team as far as that meet is concerned?
Well, we have just a lot of people getting into different events. It's like our last big tune-up before the conference championships, mm-hmm. which are in 2 weeks in Youngstown, Ohio. So it's just kind of like our last chance to get on the track and just get a good race in, and
I love
compete.
It. So tell me, what are your personal goals as far as coming up and going into the spring?
Coming up, just to continue the indoor season, go to conference and do well there, get a lot of points for the team and try to place high, and then go into spring strong and keep improving.
Love it. Danny, how about you? Especially as a senior.
Yeah, for a senior, well, our team goal is we think we can get second in the conference as a team if everything goes right. So that's one of my main goals, and to do that, I'd like to get as many points as I can in the 5K and the mile and the 3K.
Great.
So.
Well, best of luck to you guys, the ever-successful track and field team of Loyola. Thanks for joining us here in the Sports Locker. Take care.
Thank you.
Although men's soccer season doesn't start until next fall, coaches have already begun searching high and low for the perfect players to complete their team. Recruiting can be a long and rigorous process, but it was made easier when sophomore midfielder James Howe encouraged his nationally ranked younger brother, Ryan Howe, to join the Ramblers next season. Can the Howe brothers lead the soccer team to another winning season? Caitlin Guido investigates to find the answer.
Loyola's soccer team is excitedly awaiting the 2012-2013 season. After scouring the nation for potential players, they found some of the best to fill the empty spots on their roster. Coach Eitz tells us a little more about the recruitment process.
This year we were, we like to look local, but then also regionally and then nationally, so kind of progress that way. So we're looking for quite a few players.
One of these players is Ryan Howe, a senior at Boylan Catholic High School and the brother of current sophomore player James Howe.
It deflects into the net!
Howe sat down with us to give us some insight on how it will be to be joined by his brother once again.
We play different styles. We're both good at what we do. He's always really good in the air, and really he has a good left foot, whereas I have a better right foot, and I'm more like attacking than he is. So hopefully we'll be playing side by side next year together.
The Horizon League all-newcomer Howe is pumped to be joined by his nationally recognized brother next fall.
Both my brother and other recruits, as well as transfers, we could look to be a lot more competitive next year in general than this year. Last year we had quite a run, but this year we should be pretty skillful in a way that we haven't been in a couple of years. So,
although a sibling rivalry may be a pain growing up, it could do wonders for the men's team next year. For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Kat Guido.
In the battle between New York and Boston in the Super Bowl, New York emerged victorious. But now that the confetti has fallen, the parties are over, and Eli is off to Disney World, what will become of the millions of football fans out there? Our roundtable is here to discuss life after football.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm Joe Flaherty with Pat Luongo and Amanda Crohan, and we're here to discuss life after football. But Pat, from what I understand, you don't want football life to end, do you?
No, for me, there will be no life after football after the big game Sunday, because my beloved New York Giants took home their second Super Bowl championship in 5 years, and I am over the moon and will be gloating about it until at least June, depending on what the Knicks and Rangers do. But probably for a very long time, you won't hear the end of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be able to cheer for my Blackhawks come June. So even though they've lost 6 games in a row. Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to see, but hopefully they can get some healthy guys in there. And Corey Crawford, of course, with Ray Emery. Hopefully the two will figure things out. We need that. So yeah, so hopefully come June they can make it to the playoffs.
Right. I mean, playoffs is a whole different season in hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, just like basketball. And I mean, basketball, we're also going to have another team in the playoffs. The United Center is going to be packed deep into spring and summer. So the Bulls, I mean, I heard Skip Bayless say the Heat is the best, deepest team in the East. That's a lie. The Bulls are going to win the East. You heard it here first. Probably not. I mean, you could assume that. But 22-6. Out of the gate, I mean, I'm really confident in the Bulls right now. You got Derrick Rose, you're doing the right thing. So
and the White Mamba.
Yes.
Good effort against New Jersey the other day. But, I mean, other than basketball, you got baseball.
Yeah.
Yes. Right around the corner.
Spring training pitcher to catchers report next week. Yeah, that's soon. My
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, they picked up a couple pitchers. They forsake Jesus, but you know they're always good. So you know.
Perennial. I mean, and then on the south side.
My White Sox, I mean, they got a new manager, Robin Ventura, this year, so it's very exciting. We'll see what he's going to do, but we're looking forward to it and all the new players, so it's going to be an interesting year for sure.
Also completely revamped on the north side. I mean, Chicago.
Both your teams have a new regime.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I mean, you're gonna need a scorecard to know the names on the Cubs, but it's gonna be an interesting ride. I mean, finally have a good farm system. We're gonna see where it goes in the next couple of years. We're not the Yankees yet, but I mean, then also, I mean, we haven't even touched on NCAA basketball yet. Did you catch the?
Yeah. Oh, the Duke game was great. That's gonna be a fun tournament, but I mean, yeah, that's always a tough trophy to win. Not as tough as the Lombardi Trophy, but you know, it's still it'll be a fun NCAA tournament this year too. So for Amanda Crohan and Joe Flaherty, I'm Pat Luongo. Back to you guys.
I guess it's good to know that there is life after football, huh?
Yeah. At least that life involves the White Mamba.
White Mamba. All right, well, that will do it for us here at the Rambler Sports Locker. Don't forget to like our Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Rambler Sports Locker. Until next week, I'm Mary Sugden.
And I'm Nick Amatangelo. Thanks for stopping by the locker room, and don't forget to turn off the lights.